beginning I thought, this is so stupid. Like, why has everybody have such crazy pajamas, you know? And then I got some and I was like, amazing, love them. And some people, they like to be just completely naked. You know, they don't want anything touching them at all, which is fair enough. You know, I can fully understand that. Not saying I do that, but I might. Hi everyone, what's up? I'm Regan. This is Elaine. Welcome to Regan Radio. What we do is we usually do a bilingual conversation on this channel. So Elaine's going to rock the Chinese, I'm going to rock the English, and we're going to rock out and hopefully talk about some interesting stuff. And hopefully people listening along can learn some stuff as well. Today we're going to do something that we kind of quite often do, which is compare some things between China and New Zealand, because I'm from New Zealand, Elaine's from China, we're in New Zealand right now. So it's a perfect kind of context for us to compare these two things. But we're going to talk about comparing morning routines. So I got a bunch of questions here. Before we jump into these questions, Elaine, how has your day been going?
我今天挺好的，我觉得我今天过得挺好的，除了天气让我觉得有一点不开心以外，你呢？你今天怎么样？
Yeah, my day's been okay. I haven't really done anything. I've done very little today. Okay, well, let's look at some of these questions here. This one's a bit of a weird question right off the beginning. If you don't feel comfortable answering the question, you can just say pass, or you could tell me about some of your friends or, I don't know, anybody you know.
Okay.
Or you can just create a fake person if you want to. Or you could just lie. Nobody's going to know anyway.
是的，你说的对。
Okay, so pajamas. Now, what I noticed in China is that pajamas are a pretty big deal. And people have very sophisticated pajamas, if that's a thing. Often have the combo, top and bottom combo, matching colors, sometimes big fluffy hoods, animals, pandas, cats, dogs, frogs, you name it, China's got it for pajamas. Leading the way in pajama fashion in China. Since I was in China, I also bought some pajamas because I thought, you know what, those look really comfortable. In the beginning, I thought, this is so stupid. Like, why has everybody have such crazy pajamas, you know? And then I got some and I was like, amazing, love them. So are you a pajamas or no pajamas?
我选择要穿睡衣，因为睡衣穿着很舒服。你刚刚讲的这种应该是冬天会穿的那种比较松软的睡衣，很舒服的穿着。对，但是我不喜欢有帽子。有帽子的话，怎么睡觉呢？躺着不舒服啊，后面有东西。
Okay, so, and you know, all of your friends are into pajamas, right? I mean, how many pairs of pajamas do you have? Is that too personal?
目前在新西兰我有2套，对，在中国可能多一点点，对，一般就2套换着穿嘛，对。
And this is the truth, right? You're not lying about it. No, I'm just kidding. You can say whatever you want.
我在说谎，这是假的，其实我有10套。
Well, now I don't know what to believe now. So, okay, basically, if you want some translation to this, Elaine loves pajamas, and well, no, she has pajamas. She said she has 2 pairs of pajamas here in New Zealand. Let's move on from pajamas because it's very simple.
Yeah.
Take this question for example: what time do you wake up, and what wakes you up?
我喜欢自然醒，你知道自然醒，我不喜欢调闹钟。对，可能因为我现在的工作也没有要求我必须每天早上9点之前到某个地方，所以我其实基本上每天都是自然醒，我也很喜欢自然醒。
自然醒 means to wake up naturally. So she likes to wake up like that. And to be honest, I'm the same. I like to wake up naturally in the morning. No alarm, she said. Alarms are very annoying. But and she said there's no, her work right now is quite a little bit more relaxed than a normal job. But like, let's say you're in China, for example, people like your friends in China, are they also just waking up naturally?
当然不是啦，肯定是要调闹钟的。对，我个人很讨厌闹钟，因为我觉得早上睡得很舒服的，然后突然一个声音把你吵醒了，就是很不爽。所以如果我需要调闹钟，我一般就用这个手环或者手表调一个震动，就让自己醒过来。
What's a 震动？
就是手环调一个闹钟，它会震动嘛？
Vibrate.
对
Yeah.
对。
Right. Okay.
会比铃声好一点。对。
So she has friends in China that they wake up using their alarms usually. Like if you, let's say when you were in China, were you having to wake up with an alarm as well?
对，我应该是需要闹钟的。如果说我每天早上9点要准时到达办公室，那我肯定需要设一个闹钟。我不相信我的生物钟。
When was the last time you used an alarm to wake up? Like days, weeks, months ago? Years ago?
Days ago， 几天前，对。
Okay. It's been a while since I had to use an alarm to wake up. I thought, this is kind of interesting that I often mention my dad in these videos, and because he lives a pretty weird lifestyle. So, some of the things he does, he gets woken up by our cat. So our cat actually wakes him up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. And I think he's kind of trained the cat to wake him up because instead of the cat training him to wake up at 5 o'clock, because he's been getting up at 5 o'clock for years. It's just really early. I mean, there are some people that like to wake up early in the morning like that. I generally don't, although I've gone through different patches. What about your parents? Are they like early risers, or are they like to sleep in?
我感觉到了一定的年纪，就是中年人，好像都喜欢早起。对，我家里人是喜欢早起，包括我的外婆 ，my grandmother， 她起得比谁都早。对。
Do you say something? So her parents and her grandmother wake up. They are early risers. We say they're. Do we say early birds? Early birds, early risers. Like, what do you say in Chinese? Do you have some words for this?
就早起啊，早起起得很早。但是我们也有一句话，早起的鸟儿就是 early birds， 也有这种说法。对。
So it's the same as English, yeah. Cool. Okay, here's another one for you. Big or small beds, and soft or hard?
我喜欢小的硬的床，对。
Why hard though? Like, what's with that?
我觉得太软的床让我觉得不踏实，就是睡着感觉自己要掉下去。对，好像自己会掉下去。然后硬的床，据说对我的背、对我的身体要好一些吧。对。
Yeah, I've heard people say that, like harder bed is better for your back. But then sometimes, soft beds just feel so good sometimes. What about pillows then? How many pillows do you... Because I know some people, they like to have like 100 pillows on their bed. I just have 2. I'm pretty simple. And then when I'm sleeping, I throw one of them away and then I just keep the other one. What about you?
我觉得我可能跟你一样，我觉得一个枕头就够了。太多的枕头放在床上，就看着也不舒服，然后睡觉的时候还会压到别的枕头。我喜欢把它们都丢掉，就留一个枕头，不然太复杂了。对。
Okay, so she's kind of like me, just minimalist with the pillows. What about like teddy bears or other strange shaped pillows?
我不喜欢。
Not a fan.
不是，对，我不是的。但是我有朋友喜欢。我之前到一个朋友家里玩，然后他的床上，本来他的床也没有很大，是一张很小的床，床上摆了各种各样的玩偶，就是像你说的熊啊、兔子啊 各种抱枕，我看着我就想，晚上怎么睡觉啊？空间那么小，都被这些枕头给占据了。我觉得会不舒服。
It's like the bed has become a place where their teddy bears just live there. It's like their home, and you don't really. Yeah. Do you have like a preference for how many hours that you should sleep? Like we seem to have this golden rule here. Just I don't want to say like in the West, because I don't know how. If this is like a universal thing, like a global thing, is 8 hours is. 8 hours is supposed to be the magic number, like an average for most people. Like, is that in China? Do people also think 8 hours?
对，我觉得大多数人都觉得晚上睡8个小时应该是比较合适的时间。我自己平时也会数，就是每天早上醒来，我都会数一下，昨天晚上几点睡的，现在几点醒了，我睡了多久。如果睡得很少，时间很短，我就觉得我的睡眠不是很好，对，如果7到8个小时，我觉得是刚刚好。
Okay, 7 to 8 hours is like acceptable, yeah? All right, okay. I noticed, this gave me another idea while you were saying that there's also a lot of apps that you can use now that record your sleep, and they tell you, they give you lots of information about, what stage of sleep you're in. But do you use that kind of these apps to record your sleep?
以前读大学的时候有下载过一款软件记录我的睡眠。刚开始的时候觉得不错，挺有意思的。后面我发现它消耗手机的电量很快，然后我觉得它也没有很准确，我就没有再用了。对。
Are you saying it was using your phone's battery?
对啊，因为我记录的话，它可能就消耗电量会比较快。对，我觉得有点麻烦，算了。
Got it. I mean, I tried as well. I was using my watch, but you have to sleep with your watch on, and it's like it just doesn't feel good sleeping with it, because sometimes you're lying there, and sometimes I lie on my hands, and then my watch will be like touching my face, and I think, oh, that's probably not good. A watch on your face when you're sleeping. Or just even on your body. I mean, some people, they like to be just completely naked. They don't want anything touching them at all, which is fair enough. I can fully understand that. Not saying I do that, but I might. So how long do you stay in bed in the morning? Let's say you wake up. I don't think I even asked you what time you wake up generally, but what time do you usually wake up, and like, do you wake up and then like snooze for a while, like 10, 15 minutes, or do you try to go back to sleep? How do you organize this?
我一般自然醒是7点到8点之间，早上7点到8点我会自然醒。如果前一天晚上睡得很好的话，我应该不会想着再睡觉，但是我会在床上躺5到15分钟，对，我会躺一下，对。
Okay, so she generally wakes up between like 7 and 8, and then she's only really in bed for like 10, 15 minutes, and then she's getting up.
Okay.
Now, here's a weird question, like, how do you get out of bed in the morning? Do you like roll out of bed? Do you like jump out of bed with lots of enthusiasm and excitement, like, yes, today's going to be a great day, let's go? Or do you just kind of like slowly like, and then like grab your phone and like look at your phone for a while? Like, what happens? Take us through your waking up process.
OK， 我想一下，我回想一下，我一般醒了以后，我会躺在床上，我会想，脑子里面会想今天我要做什么事情，然后伸懒腰，然后等自己真正的清醒过来以后，会看手机，看完手机以后，我就慢慢的起来。正常的起来，我不会非常有活力的，哇，又是新的一天，我没有这种，就很普通，没有什么不一样的地方。
Okay, she gets up pretty in a very normal, sleepy fashion.
对。
Not super excited about life and the day and getting up, and she's thinking about what she's going to do for the day. So what's the first thing that you do then? You get out of bed. Where are you going? Are you going to the bathroom? Are you going to go eat some food? Are you going for coffee? Like, what are you doing?
我应该会喝水。
How much? Are you like hot water, cold water, a lot of water, not much water?
我会喝，就是早上起来我习惯喝一杯热水。对，我以前也没有这个习惯，后面我发现早上起来的时候，因为你空腹，肚子里面什么也没有，然后你喝一杯热水，其实是会让我的胃很舒服。对。
Okay, so here we go. Now we've found an actual difference here, I think. Well, the waking up with the alarm thing in China, if you live in China, I think I won't say most, but I have found myself often having to use an alarm in China. But it just seems like here in New Zealand, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people are using their alarms. But I think we talked about this in another video. So the difference is that she will usually drink hot water, a glass of hot water in the morning, and this is hot water is like, what can we say about it? It's just like a very Chinese people love to drink hot water, and I think it's great for you. I think it's a great habit, and I drink a lot of hot water, so I've also got this habit now that I've taken from China. So. Okay, so we're up, we're awake. You're sort of waking up around 7 to 8, and you're not getting up super excited. You're just kind of very normal. You wake up like a normal person, I think. And not too many, only one pillow, maybe 2 pillows, and pajamas. Yes, don't know. I think you wear them to bed in colder days. And so what about breakfast then? You have your hot glass of water. Are you having breakfast?
是的，我基本上每天都会吃早餐。
And are you eating more of a Kiwi style breakfast or more of a Chinese style?
你说在新西兰还是我以前在中国的时候？
Here.
那我可能就是吃这边 Kiwi style 比较多，简单。
Okay. So what's Kiwi style then? Like toast?
对啊，吐司，然后牛奶、麦片，没有了吧？
Okay, I suppose it's not really Kiwi. I mean, it's like...
什么是
Well, I
Kiwi
don't know. I
style
feel like toast is a kind of more of an internationally
是吗？
type of thing, I would say. But, okay, maybe to make it more Kiwi, do you know what Marmite is?
我在超市有看到过，然后我应该有在别人那里尝到过，是我不能接受的味道。
I don't like it, actually, myself. What about like Vegemite?
这个我第一次听。
This might actually be Australian, so you don't need to worry about that one. What about like Nutella? Do you know?
它是一种黄油跟牛奶的混合物吗？
Oh, it's a chocolate spread.
我有试过，有一点太甜了。
Okay, I can't really think of other... I mean, Marmite is like a classic kind of Kiwi spread that we use. Okay, so if you're having toast then for breakfast, like what are you putting on it?
黄油。
Just butter?
花生酱。
What's that?
花生酱 peanut butter。
Oh, yeah. Okay, peanut butter. Yeah, it's the same as me.
对啊。
Big peanut butter fan.
对啊，我不喜欢放果酱，太甜。
Jam?
对，太甜了。
果酱 jam.
对啊，对，还放什么芝士？
Okay, well, let's say you're in China. Are you going to eat this in China, or what are you eating?
哇，在中国的时候就一般是去外面买，在家里的话可能就煮面。对，我是湖南人嘛，湖南人就是喜欢早上起来吃一碗米粉 ，rice noodles。
Oh, yeah.
对，然后出去买的话会买油条、豆浆、包子，各种各样。然后在武汉的时候喜欢吃热干面。
Okay, so these are a lot of really different foods that you can't really find here
对
in New Zealand. So like she's saying mi fen, yeah, rice noodles and 豆浆,
对
油条,
对
and something else, some other stuff.
包子
Balls, some
馒头。
steamed buns, and maybe some dumplings, yeah,
对
this stuff. Okay, that's obviously very Chinese. You know, we don't do that here.
对。
Do you ever skip breakfast? Like we say here I mean, this could also be quite an international thing, people say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And is that also something in China? Do people have the same idea?
是的，我觉得中国人也有这样的观念，中国人会觉得早饭一定要吃好，对，午饭一定要吃饱，晚饭的话就没有那么重要。是不是在新西兰晚餐其实可能更加重要？
Yeah, dinner's pretty important. Yeah. Pretty hard, like people don't usually skip dinner. A lot of people skip breakfast and might just have coffee or have a really small breakfast, but people generally aren't skipping dinner, unless they're on some crazy weight loss program. There is another thing that I put some notes here. So we also eat a lot of cereal here. So you might have to tell us what the translation for cereal is, but things like cornflakes and wheat bix. Have you heard of these?
我知道cereal 就是麦片，类似麦片，对，麦片。cornflakes 玉米片，我有试过，我觉得还可以。wheat bix 我有买过这个，我觉得非常的一般。它可能很健康，但是真的没有什么味道，可能是我吃它的方式不对吧？我就用牛奶泡它，但是我觉得还是没有味道。
Yeah, with the wheat bix, you really have to mix it with some other stuff, like add some fruit. Obviously, you add the milk with the wheat bix, but you also want to maybe yogurt, fruit,
对，
blueberries. Another one that's really popular that you probably know about is oats.
燕麦片。
Yeah.
我知道，其实你刚刚讲的这种方法，我后面有尝试过，我觉得还不错。对，我买了一盒 wheat bix， 买了好几个月，我都没有吃完。后面我就是像你说的，加酸奶、水果，全部给它弄到一起，mix， 然后觉得还可以。
I think also like I remember when I was a student here in New Zealand, we would often be like eating breakfast while we're leaving the house, like while we're getting ready in the morning. We'd be like half eating, half getting dressed, and then some people would be driving and like eating stuff at the same time before they get to school. Now, what's different, I think, in China is that people are buying food on their way to work as well. You have all these little shops and little stands outside the subways and bus stops, and so that's it. Like in the bigger cities, that was definitely a big thing. And I was doing the same thing because you just don't have time. You wake up so early, depending on where you live, obviously. But like what do you prefer then? For breakfast, do you prefer the buying street food option, or maybe even getting food delivered on like Meituan Waimai, is it Meituan or like Olama? Or do you like making it yourself? And if you make it yourself, do you prefer like the Western style or more of the Chinese style?
其实如果我有时间的话，我会更喜欢在家里自己做早饭，然后我要慢慢的吃，我不喜欢太着急的吃早饭。对，我会在家里自己做，然后我可以做西方的三明治或者是吐司，对，就是吐司或者别的，然后我也会做中国的，就煮一碗面也可以接受。对。
I'm actually the same. Sometimes it takes me like an hour just to eat my breakfast, and I mean I don't eat. Actually, I haven't even told you what I have. I eat bagels.
自己做。
Well, I don't make the bagels, but I mean,
自
they're
己
just
加东西对吗？
yeah, of course. So I just toast. It's basically the same as bread,
是的。
You cut it. You can some of them are already cut for you, and you toast them. And for some reason, I like the bagel, like the consistency and the crunchiness of a bagel. I think I'm done with bread. I think I'm on a break. I'm on a break from bread. And I'm enjoying bagels at the moment. And I think part of that is because in China you have a cafe called Tim Hortons. It's like a Canadian style cafe. Yeah, so they love like donuts and bagels and coffee and stuff. And I was eating that like every day last year. So I got a bit of an addiction to bagels. And then when I came back to New Zealand, my sister was making like bagels and with avocado on top of them. I was like, oh my God, that tastes pretty damn good. So I'm avocado on bagel. I'm also Nutella, peanut butter, and I'm coffee. And I'm maybe 2 cups of coffee, and I'm using a mocha pot or a plunger. Do you drink coffee in the morning?
我喝速溶咖啡，在家里没有咖啡机，对，只能喝穷人的咖啡。
Okay, so 速溶的 coffee is like the instant coffee, yeah?
对。
Okay, but you're still drinking coffee, I mean, yeah.
对。
There is another thing I forgot to mention. I also like to eat eggs on toast in the morning. That's another big favorite of mine. Or I like to go out to cafes and get like a poached eggs, or like they call them eggs Benedict, I think, is most places. But I like poached eggs a lot. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you ever?
Poached eggs 是荷包蛋吗？
I don't know. It's like you boil them.
水煮蛋。
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So do you ever have eggs for breakfast?
有啊，我会自己煎蛋，也会水煮蛋。对，我觉得煎蛋比水煮蛋更香。
Well, there's also, I notice a lot of people in China that are drinking milk for breakfast, like a glass of milk. And is that are the people that I know just strange and different, or are there actually a lot of people that drink a glass of milk for breakfast?
我觉得没有，可能只是你认识的人，他们恰好有这个喝牛奶的习惯，但是我觉得不是在全中国，不适用于所有中国人。对。
Right.
部分人会选择喝牛奶，因为他们觉得牛奶比较有营养。
Okay, maybe as like a final question, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which one is your favorite?
我都喜欢，我没有办法选择，我必须要选吗？我一定要选吗？
You should try to choose one.
最近比较喜欢吃晚饭。
Do you, I mean, I'll add one more question on here. Like, do you like to eat breakfast alone or with other people? Oh, and, when you're eating breakfast, are you like watching something? Do you like to watch a video on your phone or what? Or you just eat in silence?
我喜欢安静的吃早餐，对，安静的，因为早上刚醒，其实人都还没有完全清醒过来，就比较懵，你知道吗？早上起来，整个人的状态就是还没有睡醒。对，我觉得安静的吃早餐比较好。我不介意跟别人一起吃早餐，可以自己一个人吃，也可以跟别人一起吃。对，但是我想安静的吃。
Well, there's a lot of questions and about breakfast and sleeping and the sort of things that you do in the morning. I didn't ask if you even brush your teeth in the morning, or if you brush them in the evening. I don't know, or both.
我有一个问题问你啊。 你觉得是吃早餐以前刷牙，还是吃完早餐以后刷牙？就是你的习惯是怎么样的？
I'm usually, I know some people that brush their teeth before they eat breakfast.
对。
And I find that I just don't understand the logic behind that. But you're still brushing your teeth, so that's cool. That's fine. I usually will brush my teeth after breakfast. But, sometimes I forget. And I'll just go for like chewing gum. That kind of, yeah, what about you?
我以前从小到大，我都是吃早饭以前刷牙，但是后面就是我现在已经变成了先吃早饭再刷牙，我的习惯发生了改变。
Nice. Thanks for coming along today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening, paying attention, and hopefully you learned something new from us. Even though we didn't really discover many cultural differences, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, I think. It means that we're maybe more similar than we think, and we're not completely aliens to each other. But yeah, join us again next time, and have a lovely day or night. Bye-bye.
再见。